Welcome back to episode 006
Zero.
of Keep
Keep
the
the
Horse
Horse Alive.
Alive.
Have you ever been scammed out of $3,000 by the New York real estate sharks?
What's your London roster look like?
What did Future mean when he said Percocet Molly Percocet?
Have you ever been mogged by an older woman?
And what would you do if you met Bella Hadid at the bowling alley?
Join us this week and we'll see you in the episode.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Harris
Harris Dickinson.
Happy
It's
birthday, Harris Dickinson.
It's our man's birthday.
And welcome to episode 006 of the Keep the Horse Alive podcast. Everybody, we're so happy to have you here. And Harris, we know you're watching from the other side
Of
the
the
other
world.
side of the world. And just basically sit back and have a good time. This is your birthday gift from us to you, babe.
We love you. We'll never stop promoting you. Come on our show. We'll never stop asking until it happens. Is it good for PR and press for his team? I'm sure it is. Did you fun fact about Harris Dickinson? If you go on his tagged stuff, it's literally all naked people. So don't look at his tag.
I mean, so you might find me there and just ignore it. Just ignore
Because
that.
I was like, maybe I missed a couple posts of like, friends or family or whatever.
Right.
It's
Events,
literally
yeah.
just naked people. So
Cool. And he needs to turn off those anybody could tag him, that feature.
yeah.
Unless he likes that. And you know what? That's okay with me. Everybody has their preferences.
We posted about Harris Dickinson, and like when I wrote like our London boy, like I don't have a London boy, so mentioning him as like the London boy, because I've got hoes in different area codes, and
See, I got hoes in London.
Yeah.
I have my boy Josh O'Connor.
Okay.
My man. I have Harris Dickinson. Add him to the repertoire. I have Paul Mescal. He's not a London boy. He's a Dublin man.
Yeah.
But I count all of that island over there of England the same. And then I have Harry Styles. And that's that. In case anybody was interested.
You've got multiple people overseas, huh?
Yeah, I have my connections. I networked when I lived in Paris. So yeah, I have a little what's it called?
Roster.
Well, speaking of roster, actually, this has nothing to do with the roster, but this is how I'm going to segue. I was scammed out of $3,000 this past week. And it's like, I'm smiling and like kind of like giggling about it now because I haven't slept, first of all, in about 6 days because that's a lot of money to lose. Will I ever financially recover? Time will tell. But let me just tell you, the New York City real estate agents out there, they're snakes and they're out to get you and they're out to get your money. And that's all they care about.
I was shocked when I saw when you texted me.
And you texted me actually the nicest text. And it made me cry even more because I was like, wow, people out there are like texting me such nice things and they really care about me.
I mean, it's just like not fair to think that when like the stress of finding a New York rental is already so crazy, and to think that you have to like do an additional, like add an extra step of being like, okay, is this real estate person on this apartment listing website real? Is crazy. Yeah. It is literally crazy.
That's why I guess like doing it in person is the best thing. And we said last week that I got an apartment and that was the apartment in question. That's the one that I was so happy that I got. It was like what happened was he was like, okay, well, you have to put down a good faith deposit, which is like a thing in New York. Sometimes they ask for 1 month's rent, good faith deposit with your application. So like they won't take any other applications. Yours is the one they'll like look at and give you the lease. And here's the thing. If your application is not approved, you get the good faith deposit back. If it is approved, it goes towards your security deposit when you sign. And mine wasn't approved because he said someone got there before me. So I was like, okay, well, then why did you ask me to put in the good faith deposit in the first place, but also like give me my money back since it wasn't approved? And he said, oh, well, actually, if you look in the contract, it says prior to or after approval, we still have to keep the deposit and there's no refunds. And I said, first of all, I called him up and I screamed at him, and then I had my dad call him up and I had my dad yell at him. And he was like, well, sorry, sir, she signed a contract, blah, blah, blah. And my realtor friend got back to me and he was like, according to New York state law, if you are not approved and they give you a good faith deposit, it is illegal for them not to give it to you back. So basically they broke the law. And I'm going to be lawyering up. Have I found a lawyer? No, I don't know where to find one, but if anybody out there, if any of our horses are lawyers, I'm looking for one.
It's an evil world out there.
Yeah.
But
he deserves to live in the sewers with the rats.
yes, he does. And I told Lauren, I said, if I ever see him out on the street, he is getting punched.
Yeah, really hard.
Really hard, because that is crazy. But we have good news.
We do. That news is that I found an apartment today.
Period.
Or well, yesterday. But I'm flying up either Friday or Saturday because I have to sign the lease in person, which is frustrating, but also would rather not wire money to anybody without seeing the place first.
Yeah.
So it's kind of reassuring. And then you found a sublease.
Yes, I'll be in New York for 3 weeks starting tomorrow. I fly out tomorrow afternoon and I'll be there for a good 3-week period to kind of get my life together and kind of do that apartment hunting journey and also figure out a job. I'm kind of in between deciding, like, 3 weeks is like a weird time where it's like I could work during those 3 weeks while I'm up there. Otherwise I would just be losing a bunch of money if I just were to vacation in New York for 3 weeks, which is literally one of the most expensive cities in the world. So I think I'm gonna try to find a job and start working while I'm up there, then have to be like, actually, I'm gonna have to go home now because I don't really live here.
It's crazy because the second I did start apartment hunting and seeing the prices and what you owe up front, the security deposit, the 1 month's rent, and broker's fee if you have a broker, which I do have a broker, unfortunately. You owe like so much. You owe thousands up front. It's insane, like a lot of thousands. And
and
I've been on a world tour.
A world tour, like back to back to New York, and having to balance everything is like crazy. So I admire your work ethic, and New York is eating you up. And the horse, I just want to mention the horse is back and it's alive, and it is.
I literally fed it $3,000 the other day.
Yeah. And when people say that it is one of the hardest cities in the world, I cannot.
I get it.
I totally understand where they're coming from. Earlier, we were talking about how we are applying to jobs and even trying to find a barista position is competitive, or trying to work in a mail room is also competitive.
Like, why am I in the trenches, like fighting to get a barista job?
Yeah.
Guys, all I need to do, like, it's
the trenches. It's the trenches, and everybody is trying to, I guess, stay and get by in New York, which I respect, but it also is unlike any other city I feel like I've ever been to in that way.
Would you be interesting? I'm actually going to propose a business proposal in starting a feet pics business with me.
I have a friend who I went to her birthday and she just openly spoke about how she is on Feet Finder, which is.
And hey, I'm sure she's racking in. I'm sure she's racking in the cash.
Did you know that
dollar bills?
You have to pay a membership fee to be a part of it? And she was describing it. She was saying that it's not just feet pics. Like, people are doing their feet with their like butt. And it's like not just feet.
So it's like literally OnlyFans.
In a way, she was like, yeah, I thought it would be kind of chill, like just feet only, but it is like feet and other stuff, which was kind of shocking. And she made no money.
Well, see, we would probably make money.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen your feet, but I'm sure they're like pretty good.
People have said my feet are pretty, but they're kind of ugly right now.
Like, one day when we're on Wiki Feet, because we will be getting to that level of recognition, don't you guys out there watching ever ever doubt that, we will
Yeah.
be on Wiki Feet, and people
I
will be giving us A pluses across the board.
and if I have my feet out over the course of time, like in vlogs and stuff like that, I will compile all of it together and I'm gonna put that on Letterboxd for review
Oh, please. I'll rate it 5 stars.
as a short
Please,
film.
please. Um, when I'm CEO of Letterboxd, I'm working my way up. I'll put it front page. Featured.
Yeah.
I'll do a thing called featured movie of the week that I'll invent just for that. And it will just be for 1 week. And it will
It's
just
the working title right now is Nuey's foot in the door.
that's beautiful.
The horse loves feet,
Mhm.
strangely.
And it doesn't even have feet. It literally has hooves. How embarrassing, kind of. What if
Are
like
you
humans had hooves?
Did you ever watch like the hoof, like the hoof chopping videos? Like I
The one
somehow
where they
though,
like clean the hooves out?
yeah, I
I used to ride
love,
horses and I used to do it and it was like the ASMR of it all, but also like when like a good chunk of the inside of the hoof came out.
yeah.
Mm.
It's one of
Did I just
the
moan a little bit? Let me
human
stop.
feet, no, but horse feet,
The
absolutely.
dirt inside the horse hooves, let me get in
It's
there.
it's crazy. I love also like the horseshoe. Now this becoming an actual horse.
Yeah, so I was saddling up and I saw that horseshoe and I thought, God damn it, what a beautiful fine piece of metal on the bottom of that horse hoof.
Honestly, if I also wanted to quickly mention in horse news of the week that Bella Hadid, no, not Bella Hadid, Gigi, her sister and
They
Kendall
love it.
came out on horses for Vogue World.
I thought you were going to
Uh,
say they came out as lesbians, which would
would
have been W for the podcast, W for a lot of people. Um,
yeah.
and so they came out on horses. Where?
Yeah,
Just
in
like
Paris. So Paris did a
that's
whole
beautiful, actually.
It was kind of cool to see because for Vogue World, they did a bunch of stuff like dedicated to the Olympics that are going to be happening there for the upcoming
Right,
year. So they brought in like a fencing team and like all these sports to try to incorporate like the culture aspect of like Paris
right.
and work that in with fashion. But Gigi and Kendall, I guess for the equestrian vibe,
Well, they're
came out on
both like
horses.
into riding horses, I think. Like I
Yeah.
know Bella has a farm. Bella is always posting with her horses. Like she is so horse pilled. What if I said she was horse pilled before we were even?
Yeah.
She kind of is CEO of horses. She kind of is CEO of like the horse because I think she was a bit of a nepo baby, but she worked her way up to be a
Business
successful, beautiful
founder.
business model woman.
And Bella, if you want to chat about horses on our
I'm on the pod.
podcast, come on the pod.
I
Like
think she
we're
would be so
ready.
down. Like actually, like Bella Hadid could hang. Like I just feel like she's so genuine and beautiful and nice.
Yeah.
Not
I
that
would love.
beautiful matters, but like
Would
she's
you
she
go?
has a beautiful soul. I feel it. I feel her aura through my Instagram screen, and her
Yeah.
aura, it shines.
Would you go bowling with us if I invited you?
Me?
Yeah.
But if Bella Hadid was there, if you
Yeah.
were there, just you, no. But if Bella Hadid was there, yeah, catch me throwing a strike.
I think I'm gonna get to a point where like if she when she invites me to go bowling,
Right?
I most likely won't bowl, but I'll like sit and watch maybe.
Yeah. You'll kind of be like her little entourage.
Yeah,
I'm
and
sure
every
she has a little
time
entourage.
she like rolls a strike or whatever, I'll just be like, "Oh my God, Bella."
Hey, Bella. Yeah, that's
Um,
epic. Can't wait for
yeah.
that for you. I probably
Mhm.
won't be frequenting a bowling alley anytime soon. I hate bowling.
We
I just
love
don't
it.
like it.
It's I don't love it either, but I'm there for Bella
Yeah, I
Hadid,
guess so. If Bella
and
Hadid like asked me to be there, I'd be there.
I'm gonna
And
probably buy her perfume like right before I show up to the bowling alley, and she'll give me a quick little like, "Is that
is that
Orabella?"
or about oh this? Oh, I must have. I must have sprayed it on before I got here.
Yeah. And then I'll probably tell her that I've owned it for like a whole month and that it's like
Mhm.
my everyday perfume. You know
The
the
receipt
vibes.
that you just bought it falls out of your pocket. She picks it up and
Literally.
says, why is this Goodwill receipt? Why did you buy this at the Goodwill? Why was Arabella at the Goodwill? I don't know. How expensive are they? Is it expensive for perfume? Actually, I
Um,
really don't care because I think I will be buying it.
You're gonna buy it?
I if it's not like $500.
Let me look. Never mind. We'll look after the show. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
Huh. Hey guys, pause 1 second. Let me look up. Um, did you see Lana Del Rey and the Yodel the Yodel Kid collabed?
I I did not see that, but
When
she's
I
been pulling up so many people and collabing a lot recently.
dare I say, like it was I'll insert in the video. It kind of brought me to tears. It was kind of really beautiful. It also brought me to tears probably because I saw it the day that I lost $3,000 and I was in a very emotional state. And once I start crying about one thing, I just cry about everything that happens,
Yeah.
um, that has happened in my entire life. And that really just brought out the waterworks even more, and it was pretty beautiful.
She's a genius for that. And I've seen her on stage with like Nessa Barrett and I forget who
Just
else.
so random. Just she's really just collecting people like I was collecting my like I was building my roster over in London.
London. I love her for that though. I feel like Mason Ramsey for being the Walmart Yoda boy should get more
He's
praise.
he's had
And
like for some reason he pops up on my feed sometimes on TikTok and he kind of has bangers. Like he's
yeah,
continuing a great career, I think.
I
And
I
I'm
think
rooting
he's
for him so bad. He member of the horse gang pod member
imagine
of the horse
being
herd.
a herd member that early on. I think I would like freak out. Like being that famous like that early on is crazy. But I think he's like very humble in his like approach to like it's not like he's like
Where do you
throwing
think Mason Ramsey was on January 6th?
I'm scared of our January 6th following. Like they are coming for
Guys,
blood.
we have a January 6th following, I think.
Yeah.
We posted a short.
And it did
Um,
so well.
Let us know why all of the comments were very I was at January 6th storming the Capitol coded.
But we ride. We ride forever.
We ride.
And we live for the engagement, so
Yeah, as long as you guys are liking and commenting and subscribing and rating us 5 stars, I don't really give a shit where you were on
yeah.
January 6th. We
And we were
deserve
all
every single
there.
piece of
We
cake.
were
Yeah.
literally all
Come on,
there.
guys. Stop lying. You
Yeah.
know where you were January 6th.
At the Chili's,
Mm-hmm. Across the street from the
the
United
White
States
House.
Capitol.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I wanted to briefly mention the disappearance of Lizzo because I can't tell if she has just not been relevant for a while, but I saw her TikTok this morning and she's still like making content that's very like politically centered, but
interesting.
she's not in the limelight like she was.
She's in the studio making those Kohl's bops that you hear when you like walk into a department store.
Yeah.
Like Summer at Kohl's, like she's in there in the studio making that. I was never really a huge fan of Lizzo, but then she did kind of disappear after like that whole controversy. Like Lizzo,
What controversy?
like a year ago when she was like she was claimed to being like fat
Oh,
phobic.
I definitely know what you're talking about. Okay, now I
Yeah,
get
I
it.
think
Now I get
that's
it.
why she's kind of like been on the down low. Like she's just doing like what is it called? Like
Philanthropy.
no, like when like age or like PR people tell their clients like keep it on the down low, just like recover.
Oh, damage control.
Damage control. Maybe that's kind of what she's doing. She
Uh,
pivoted.
but it's interesting to see a lot of celebrities like their career, like the huge spike, and then it just like something like that happens where it's just like Lizzo was such an it girl, like
She was.
literally
Every single song of
everywhere.
hers were number one, whether you
Yeah,
like them or not. I mean,
and it's wild to see that being number one and then just being
I think if that
like
happened to me, I would kill myself.
don't say that.
if I
Literally don't say that.
if I was at the top of the top and then like people started literally like hating me and my career was like, where did my career go? You know what? No, I would actually resort to something healthier than doing that. And I would probably move to a remote cabin in Italy.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah.
But I think most people's careers are kind of like that in general, but just the dramatics. I feel like it's mostly just like how sharp like that dive
Downfall.
is.
Yeah.
Because originally when I was like watching her TikToks this morning, I was like, oh, this is somebody that I think at the time, like previously, I would have considered her like an A-list celebrity. But
Yeah.
as I'm watching the TikToks, I'm like, it slowly keeps sliding like down, being like, okay, like maybe B-list, maybe like, but at the end of the
Maybe
day, it doesn't
B.
matter. But like, it's an interesting concept to think about, like how you mentally recover from a situation like that. And I
So
don't
that's why
think
I'm
you
saying I
do.
think the only thing that would allow me to mentally recover would be to simply go off the grid forever. Do you think it's possible to go off the grid living in New York City?
I,
You
interestingly
would have to.
enough, like I am trying to do my slow living journey in New York, like in the 3 weeks that I'm there, which kind of
Oh.
seems counterintuitive, to be quite frank, like literally impossible. But
Like if
I'm
you guys see me walking down the street in the East Village, no, you didn't. That wasn't me because I'm off the grid. I don't exist.
yeah.
I think in order to be totally off the grid, you would have to literally just get rid of all technology and go live with the rats and like the subway, like the depths of the subway where like that scene in Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse happened and they like are doing the graffiti. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm, which Spider-Man? Like the
Um,
animated one?
yeah.
I've only seen the second one, the most
Okay.
recent one, but I
Well,
want
just
to.
like the depths of the subway. So catch me down there, guys, when I'm off the grid. You'll know when I'm off the grid because you won't be able to find me.
I
But I'll be thriving in New York City in the subway.
I have tried to go off the grid so many times and it does not
I
work for
want to try
me.
it. It looks like a nice little like it would be a nice week. And then I would
Um,
go insane and I would want to come back. But maybe like after the week, it's like I've never done a juice cleanse, but I've heard people doing a juice cleanse where they're like the first 3 days you're like starving. And then after the fourth day, the enlightenment kicks in. And then on the fifth day, your brain expands and your mind expands. And then on the 30th day of the juice cleanse, when you are so far gone, you see nirvana. And I think that's what it would be for me with going off the grid.
I the thing about juice cleanses is I think that you just get more delusional as time goes
It will
on.
precisely.
Like
Your
I
brain
think
starts to just be like, oh, food doesn't exist anymore. And then you start to believe it and you're just like, all right,
like the
green juice number
Nirvana
8.
Nirvana would be like the DMT, like you're literally about to die. Like you're like, I'm seeing things and
Yeah.
it's literally your body's DMT. Like,
Your body is on drugs.
yeah.
Actually, it's just on
Because
it's surviving off of fumes.
you're having your flashbacks like right before you pass away. Speaking of DMT and other drugs, I just recently found out what Percocet was.
Percocet, Molly Percocet.
It's been a very trendy thing to hear about,
Let me
and
tell you, let me be so honest. I don't know what Percocet is either.
that's what I'm saying.
Because
But the
what is popping a perk?
like
What are we what
Molly,
is a perk?
like we both went to private school for like a good portion of our life, and yes, like maybe we were probably
Yes.
talking about Percocet like in passing, but I've never actually come
Mhm.
into contact with Percocet or had really ever met anybody who did Percocet.
Right.
So when I was talking to my friend on the phone, I was like, I need like a little sympathy card. Like I think people would appreciate me a lot more if I just like was if like when people see me, they're intimidated. So I think to take that intimidation away, like I was like, it's okay if you were to tell strangers that I'm on Percocet, because then people would be like, okay, yeah, like
Oh, it
that's
makes
so cool.
sense. Okay.
Yeah. Um, not that I actually do it, but it just makes me so much less intimidating, I guess. And you shouldn't do that. And I'm not advocating anybody to do what I'm doing.
But if you want to, like, go for it.
Yeah, but if you Google it on Google, it literally comes up with a helpline is what the first result is, which
It's crazy
it,
how a lot of things that I Google, the first thing to come up is a helpline. And it makes me think, well, where am I at mentally?
yeah,
And do I need a therapist? But anyways, can you just what is Percocet? Can you tell me? Because
it's
now I really
a
want to know. Because I truly have never I don't know what it is.
It's a painkiller, so similar to like
Right,
Oxycontin.
Oxycontin.
And it's, I guess, an opioid that people
Oh, it's
take
an
and
opioid.
get
Okay.
addicted to. And definitely not something I should be telling people that I'm on. I literally don't know what it does. I know that people for some reason do it at like school. Like I have no idea. I'm so not experienced on the
But
topic. I think it makes you like delusional or just like not like think less. I would assume it's something like Xanax or
yeah, yeah.
whatever.
And what happens if you take Molly and Percocet as Future, the singer, was talking about in that song, Mask
I
Off?
have no idea.
He
Like
said,
that
and I
sounds
quote, Percocet, Molly, Percocet, Percocet, Molly, Percocet. And what was he getting at?
I have I literally couldn't even tell you where to begin with what that experience feels like
No.
or
I
like
do love how you like just tell people to tell others that you are on Percocet. I like
well
the concept of just lying. When you realize that nobody, like, besides your close friends and family, like, nobody knows you, like, when you meet new people, just like literally give them a different name.
that's
Like, sometimes I find myself perpetually lying, and I'm like, why did I just tell that person that? Like, that was not true at all. But it's like fun. It spices things up.
it's been a common trend for people to say about me, I want to say, like ever since I started, I mean, literally in high school, everybody thought I was on drugs, but like the reality of the situation is that I'm just a little bit unhinged and I'm okay with that. But
Yeah.
everybody's like always looking around for like some sort of explanation. And I feel like telling people like, oh, it's Percocet, like that is like the easiest way to like quell that question.
Listen,
It's
I don't
like,
think you need to lie to justify yourself. I think they need to do some introspection and
yeah,
maybe get on your level.
yeah, I agree. I agree. But it's been like, I remember being in college and everybody messaging me being like, where is this? Like, I need a dealer. And I'd be like, I
Who's your
don't
dealer?
have a dealer. Like, I literally, like, I am the most, like, I would not know
Yeah.
at all.
You Googled what Percocet was last week. So, I mean, that says
Exactly.
enough.
Like, that's
Right.
where I'm at. But everybody's like, you
And
are
I'm on the
on
same page because I just asked you to tell me.
I'm just full of energy. I like have
Yeah.
too much energy for a normal person, but like my substance of choice is literally coffee. And like a Celsius will literally put me out for like the whole day. And you want
I
me to
used to
do
drink those
Molly Percocet?
Molly Percocet, Percocet, Molly Percocet. Hell no. I used to drink those, like, they're called like ghost energy drinks, and they had like a Sour Patch Kids flavor one, and it was
Mm,
like the best thing of my life. Like, I it would make me go literally insane because of this sheer amount of caffeine in this drink, but I would drink like 3 a day because they were so tasty until I found a TikTok of Jojo Siwa that was so cringy it went viral, and she was holding the same drink that I drank, and I immediately, it was like the opposite of influencer marketing. She, just by holding that can, convinced me to never drink that again.
I
So that
love
was my drink. I
that.
don't and then I don't, yeah, I don't drink. I just drink coffee.
And it's like the worst thing to have to let people down and tell people that. But it's good for me. It keeps me healthy. But that's what keeps this energy alive. You know what I
It's
mean?
the caffeine, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, don't tempt me with like a nice tea.
Or like a nice, I'm always like down for, I'm so normal that I'm like, can we just go for a walk? Like, why do we have to do Molly
That is
Percocet?
so crazy normal for sure. Like, can we just go like read in the park? That's my vibe too, though. Like, when someone, there's like that meme right now, like when the hangout is just like sitting in a park and like doing nothing. Like, I cherish those moments because they always lead to like good conversations and nice times. Like, you don't need to spend money to have a good time.
I agree. And I already had like a party girl era back in the day.
Yeah.
So I've
No,
already
because I'm 25
seen,
and decrepit. I'm over that. I had 1 year of like partying. That was enough for me. I'll go out once a month now. Maybe.
yeah,
I will be going out once a month, more, maybe a little more than once a month once I live in New York. But the opportunities to go out living in the suburbs is not a lot.
yeah,
But when
it's
I'm
not
able,
real.
like, I don't drink. I don't ever drink living in North Carolina because to go somewhere, like one drink has me, I'm wobbly. I can't walk. Don't ask me to stand up. So how am I going to drive home? Like I'm not getting an Uber home because like to me, like it's not worth Ubering in my town. Like I just don't want to waste that
No.
money. So it's like not like I can meet friends out and then like drive home. So
Yeah.
when I'm able to like get a drink and then walk home, oh, the alcohol consumption is going to go from here to here, I fear.
Yeah. I was gonna say like New York is one of those exceptions where, or just basically any other city outside of home that I travel to, like I will partake, but when I'm here, no. But if Harris Dickinson's at a party and he invited me to, it's so sad to think that if Harris were to be like, "Did you want some Molly Percocet?" I would like consider it maybe a little bit,
I would
but I
stick out
probably
my tongue
wouldn't.
and let him put the Percocet on my tongue, and I would let him put as many Percocets on my tongue as he wanted. Um,
Um,
who said that?
just kidding.
Okay,
Allegedly, allegedly.
they say it was alleged. They
They
say,
said it never happened.
and they will never know if that's the truth, frankly.
Yeah. Back in the day, which is
Okay.
literally like a couple months ago, there was this guy that I was like obsessed with, and he used to work with me, and I was like, oh my gosh, like so hot. What a hottie. Was like a Harris Dickinson dupe, and I'm proud to say that because it's
Hmm.
not an insult.
Was he on the London roster or was he American?
He was American.
Okay, that's
I like knew that he was I didn't know that he was coming in to eat or whatever, and he brought like his entire family. Why? So I go up to the table to say hi to him, and I look up at his mom, and she is the most stunning, beautiful, gorgeous woman that I have ever seen in my life.
okay.
And the amount of aura that was radiating out of her, I was like, let me literally back away and never speak ever again. But like imagine you like are talking to somebody, it's like one thing to have like one stunning like family member, but like to have a whole set of
Right.
like just imagine like four people like staring at you like this, like why
Yeah.
you
Well, it's like I guess if a child is hot, one of at least one of the parents has to be hot. And a lot of times they know that their parents are hot. And I don't know if you've ever been on TikTok and it's like the girls and they're posting like thirst traps of their dad when they were young. It's like, guys, this is getting a little weird.
I was not expecting that at all, but
That's
she
crazy
ate
though.
me
I
up.
would have yeah, I would have quaked in my boots a bit.
Yeah, because you know how like guys want you to meet their parents and you're like, okay, yeah, like sure, whatever.
Him literally just coming in to eat and you taking it as, wow, he is introducing me to his family right now.
Oh, he wasn't. He literally was not. Like I was very much intruding because I was like, "Hey, what's up?" But I've never been eaten up like that where I was like, "Damn, let me
That's
run
crazy. Like
away."
someone being so beautiful, you just run away. That's what would happen if we
Yeah.
met Bella Hadid at the bowling alley. I'm so serious.
But I think like somebody close in age is like less intimidating to me.
Okay,
Like
true. When it's like
somebody's
a, yeah,
mother,
yeah,
like
no, no, no.
RuPaul, like if RuPaul was, I went up to the table and RuPaul was staring back at me and you're like, that's my mother. I would be like, oh shoot, like let me sprint and run away. Like
I feel
that's,
like they
oh,
judge me for being ugly. When an older
that's what
person
I'm
is
saying.
beautiful, it's like I
Didn't,
feel like let me like not even burden you with my presence.
yeah, his mom did not even look at me, did not even speak. I said, oh, let
Mm.
me literally shut the F up and run
Let me
away.
just get the order and go back to work.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
But
crazy.
that was
That's
the one
mother.
time I'm not even like that. Like I'm a pretty confident person. So for her to
For
for
her
that
to
to
eat you up
happen,
like that.
I'm trying to think. Like I'm comparing my experience to seeing Madison Beer in person. It was fine. I was like, okay, like love, she's beautiful, gorgeous, like love her. But I wasn't like intimidated. Why was somebody's mom like
His random
literally
mother that you never met.
making me want to poop my pants?
That would be okay. Like Kate Blanchett. If Kate
Yeah.
Blanchett, like if I saw Kate Blanchett in person, like it is one thing if it's like somebody your age. Like Madison Beer, yes, gorgeous, stunning, beautiful. Name every single like celebrity our age that is beautiful, like Bella Hadid even. But when it's like an older woman, it's just like it's like a power thing as well. Like I know
Yeah.
you have so much power over me just because of your age, but you're also like a stunning, I don't know. Yeah.
In a way, I think it was because like at I just like wanted to be her.
I was
And
just gonna
she
say that.
was so well put together and like I was shook to my core. I think if I ever ran into her ever again, I would most likely shit my pants again. But thankfully that guy stopped talking to me, so I never have to worry about
Good.
it ever
That is so
again.
good. Thank
Slash,
God.
did he ever talk to me? No, but like
That's his
yeah.
loss.
Speaking of love and lovers, guess where I'm going this week?
Where?
I'm going to the Picture Room in New York City, and I'm
What
gonna
is that?
go. It is a gallery that puts up exhibitions for, I guess, artists. The Picture Room is in Gowanus, funny enough.
I don't know where that
She's
is. Wait, what?
Gowanus?
Gowanus? What's
Yeah.
Gowanus?
It's near Public Records slash the apartment
Oh,
that
oh,
you were
oh,
looking at.
oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
I'm going to go see Anna Louise Corrigan in her exhibition, and I'm so
I need
excited.
to go.
It closes on the 30th, and I really want to get in, like, I want to
Wait,
go
I'll
to
be,
her
oh,
closing party. So maybe you can come that day when you,
what day is it?
it's open all the
No.
way until the 30th.
I think June. I don't know if I'll be there
Yeah,
unless I come up Friday.
but maybe
I'm
I can
I'm
give
making not us
a
making plans right now. Um, Anna Louise Corrigan,
Corrigan, yeah.
famous for being fiance to Logan Lerman. Am I
Yeah.
extremely so happy for her? Yes. Am I extremely the most jealous person on earth because Percy Jackson was the love of my life? Yes. And is Logan Lerman still the love of my life? Yes.
Yes. In honor of both me and Logan going gray at the same time, even though we're both at different ages.
Yeah, but like if you like put you guys to like next to each other, like you wouldn't be able to tell you apart.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
especially as I'm in the gallery looking at stuff
He
and
might literally come up to you and be
she's
like, "Hey,
there.
babe, thanks for coming to my exhibition."
Yeah, I'm actually like super excited about it because I've been following her for quite a while
Me
and looking
too. I
at
love her
her
work.
work. Yeah,
It's
because she
beautiful.
does a lot of
Swimming.
like, she does do a lot of swimming.
No, ceramic. Ceramic.
Oh,
Does
I
she
was
do a
like,
lot of swimming?
she's always on vacation. Trust and believe she's always like in Europe, like on
And I'm sure
vacation,
I
and
would be too if I was
always
Anna Louise.
like at a wedding or something beautiful with a lot of flowers and running around and dancing.
Good for her. She's
Um,
so off the grid. She's living the off the grid life
I
while
think
still being on the grid.
she is probably one of my favorite celebrity couplings at the moment because of how low key she's been able to stay, like even
Hmm.
while dating such a huge mega celebrity.
Yeah.
Out of like sheer curiosity, I'm like excited to see her
Her
exhibition. I've
work.
been reading up on her a bunch, and it's not like she has had a couple of press things, but she's not like really in the media like that. So I'm excited to like kind of cover a little bit about.
Her stuff is like really beautiful and like her ceramics and she makes like a lot of cool light fixtures and stuff.
Yes,
I
I'm
like.
obsessed.
That'll be
So
exciting. That'll be fun. I love just like consuming art in the city. There's so much different kinds and perspectives and stories to be told through it all.
it's kind of fun too because she like put the show together, and I'm like, it's one thing to see one like image of one thing at a time, but there's like I think this one's like centered around grief or something like that, so I'm
Oh,
excited to like follow that story
yeah.
and see how it shows through the work. And I don't know, I'm in my like critic era, so I'll like be giving
I'll
an
be
honest
looking out for a
review.
review on the YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
excited to talk about it. Anna Louise Corrigan, come on the show.
Tell us your story about the horse and making your way up to be a successful artist, please.
Yeah. Oh, I think I am going to Pride this year because
Wait, you are
this,
going to be there on Pride.
yeah, I didn't expect to be there, but I think I will be maybe attending like one Pride event, but I think it's like a good year to do that because I have been avoiding, not really on purpose, but I like usually do one small thing for Pride each year, so I feel like I'll like try my best to
Do the big
do that.
one.
But speaking of Pride, have you seen Jojo Siwa literally downing Fireball at
I
the
really
Pride
did see that.
events?
I saw that in our shared notes, and then I logged on to TikTok and I saw that. And I think
And
that's exactly the reason why I did stop drinking my the energy drink that I was referencing earlier when I
Yeah.
saw her, because I can't stand any video I see of her. I fear. I fear every video I see of her just makes me, unfortunately, dislike her even more every day. What's
Mm,
the angle?
I don't know.
You're
It
acting
is
like a
like,
frat boy.
did you see the video of her at Disneyland where she's just
I
like,
did see she was just gone. She was gone. She was
yeah,
probably on that Molly Percocet. Jojo Siwa on Molly Percocet? Probably. Allegedly.
allegedly on Molly Percocet. But I mean, what do you do when you've already like you hit such like high highs like at such an early point in your career? And like
You
I feel
literally
like,
just like actually start, if you are like, you start to create like, you just like pivot. Like not even pivot, you just evolve. But like she's trying so hard. I don't know.
but I think that's something that maybe I would do at Disneyland, but like I'm interested because it's like mostly I don't think that people would film me, but having to have to go through that in a public,
That
like
is
a
so true.
crowd around you, like
I
while
think she
you're
does it. Do you
literally
think she does
blacking
it
out.
though to get the attention? Like knowing people are gonna, because as such a large public figure, why would you like do that in public? You wouldn't catch Bella Hadid doing that in public because she
It's
knows.
just so Britney Spears to me that I'm
It
like, I can't
is.
believe it. Like I can,
Yeah, and
even
you
if it,
kind of can't you can't blame her for it. Like all
yeah,
press is good press, I suppose. We're talking
yeah,
about her now. I mean,
like it's a little too off the wall for me to think that it's like it is probably strategic, but also I'm like, are you losing your mind right now? Like Jojo Siwa, where are you? Like where is
this
Jojo?
isn't the JoJo I used to know and love, girl.
Yeah. It's I mean, I can tell that Jojo probably went through like one of the worst heartbreaks ever because that's like exactly what I would be doing, I think.
Oh, but it's been going on for months. She needs to get
Yeah.
over the hump.
Yeah.
She needs to get back on the horse.
And the fact that she's even doing pride events, like I see that, but I don't see the vision. I would even consider her a gay icon. Like she's
No.
like a straight kid.
She's giving very straight in everything she does,
I
if I'm
know,
being
but
honest.
like for her to do a
She's giving a straight person like trying to cosplay as a like a lesbian.
yeah, I agree. I get why she's at the pride event, but I don't get it
Right. That
because
makes
I'm
sense.
like I see her at like the Kids Choice Awards, but like at a pride event, I don't know.
Yeah, it just doesn't add up. The math doesn't add up.
For media recommendations, I haven't really watched this show yet, but I've been watching a lot of gay edits recently. I was texting you about that. And there's a new Norwegian show that just dropped maybe like this year, and I was literally raging because I was watching a video edit about it, and they've only shot season two. And
Wait, but did they shoot season one?
yeah, they shot season one and season
Okay.
two, but like season two is like when it starts to get good.
Okay,
And
okay.
like season three hasn't even dropped yet, and I have to like wait.
Can you drop the name?
I think it's called Rumors. I don't know what the Norwegian name is. It
Okay.
is like another annoying, like coming of age kind of TV
And
show.
stop right there because I'll be seated.
I was like raging because I love finding a show like right when it's already fully done and to have to
Because you just
wait.
have like you have a backlog to just like watch for a while. Or yeah, like especially when you finally catch up and they drop the entire season, then it's like, oh my God, I've been waiting so long for this final season. And then it takes you one day to watch it all. And then it's like, all right, well,
It's 2 seasons long so far, and gay television shows have this thing where they don't kiss until like episode like 40.
that is the same with K dramas. K dramas
Yeah,
make you wait until the final episode. Usually it's 16 episodes. They're like an hour and a half each. And they tease you. They tease you every single time they get closer and closer and closer. And then that 16th episode, when they finally do, you literally you scream to the heavens and you say, thank you.
and I'm like, I know for a fact that the cliffhanger of the season for season two is that moment. And I know that even if I were to start watching it right now, like it's just not worth it because
You
nothing's gonna
right.
happen for the
So
first
you
two
might as well just
seasons.
wait until season three
Yeah.
starts. I've never watched a Norwegian anything.
They had a really good TV show called Scam, and I didn't think that they would. I kind of assumed that they would come back and do another like kind of take another shot at it like
Mm.
at TV again, and they are doing like another gay kind of storyline TV show, and I was kind of unexpected because the first time that they did it was so good, but to have another piece of media from, I think it's called like Norwegian NRK is like the production thing. They
What's
usually
happening?
cast normal people who are don't have experience with acting. They just like throw
Oh,
them in a
let me
TV
move to
show,
Norway.
and it's so good every single time. So
Let me move to Norway. Could not find that in New York City. People just casting anybody without a resume, guys.
I can't even get
Um,
cast for a barista gig,
can't
or
even get cast for a barista background actor role. Wait, when
it
we move to New
just
York City, could we just do like background roles? Like whenever like
yeah,
one pops up, like let's just like go and like just like get
yeah,
our little like $50 pay and be like, hey, we showed up.
yeah. Oh, I had another tangent about like gay TV shows because there's so many TV shows where like they kiss, but then I like grew up watching all of that stuff. So I was like, oh, the first kiss is the most important. But in real life, when I went to like have my first kiss with like crushes in the past, like tell me why I got rejected.
Oh,
Mm, like
um, that's pretty
awkward.
heinous
I know.
of
It's
them.
what it's one of my favorite stories to tell because it's always like, what do you mean? And it's fairly
Like what you like went
interesting.
in to kiss them and they just were like,
Yeah, literally exactly what happened, which was so
oh, I would, that would
embarrassing.
be, yeah, that would be when I
Embarrassing.
got the house on the Italian countryside and just locked myself away for a good while
Yeah, it's
because they weren't like queer or like
I literally don't know what
they,
it was, but it was like
yeah,
very
well, their
confusing.
loss.
No, but I thought that the contrast of like the movies and the TV shows that I watch, and I'm like, because I'm like so used to understanding like the vibes and everything, and like knowing like, okay, this is like the perfect moment. And then when it was the perfect moment
It
in
wasn't.
real life, it was literally
Mm,
horrendous. And we're on a journey. We're
yeah.
literally on a journey. So.
New York City will bring so many more opportunities to grow our rosters.
That's what I'm saying,
That's what I'm saying.
especially at these climbing gyms and stuff like that. I want to do an episode where I quiz you on like some fun facts, but like not really fun facts, but it's like speed dating, like points that you should hit
Well,
every
let's do
time you
it.
like to do like a quiz or whatever.
Let's
Um,
do it.
because I've been known for being a pick me, but in reality, I just have a brother and a bunch
Real.
of guy cousins. So I have all this like random extensive knowledge about like UFC or like just like guy friends in general, and it's made a monster. And I just wanted to appeal to our January 6th audience and
Yeah.
also have a good time because it's so funny. Like there are so many things that like when I mention to guys where I'm like, oh yeah, like what's your favorite color? And I'm like, Star Wars.
And they're like, oh my God, like you're the one for me. Star
Yeah,
Wars.
like literally.
Star Trek, yeah, that is my favorite color ever.
Yeah, so easy, and
Did you see
guys
the
eat it up
fight? Did you
every
see
time.
the fight last night? Did
Yeah.
you see like the stock market
Mm-hmm.
like go way up yesterday?
Yeah. It'll be a
They
part
love
of
that.
our broadcast episode, maybe
Yeah.
as
Keep an
well.
eye out for the broadcast, everybody.
Yeah.
As for media, for me, I don't think I have any media. I watched the Jeremy O'Hara's documentary last night. We talked about Jeremy last week, and I'm just baffled. We were texting at like 1 a.m. about how inspiring Jeremy is. But if it's a documentary on the play that he made in like 2020 or 2019 called Slave Play. And obviously, I was not able to see it in person because it did have like a limited run. Fucking phenomenal. His mind works in a creative way that no other mind works in the industry, I fear.
We love Jeremy O. Harris on the show. I
Jeremy
cannot
Harris,
believe
he is not a he's not a stranger to the horse. Horse.
probably the most hardworking director, producer, script writer ever.
With that being said, I think, do you want to wrap up?
Yeah.
We talked about a lot of stuff.
We talked about Molly Percocet.